Okay, this is the problem that was explained earlier in class. Now, the first thing that we have these types of problems is obviously, since they give us a table of what actually happened, is to make a sketch of such table. Now, if you quickly do the sketch of the table, this is what you obtain. We know that we're going to use for x, obviously, the independent variable, y is the dependent variable. So the time is going to be the independent and the dependent. Once we graph it, we obviously see that it's a sinusoidal wave, right? Now which one are we going to use? Since they don't tell us which model to use, we're going to use the one that it comes easiest to us. Since the maximum is closest, let's use the cosine wave. And immediately we know there's a slight phase shift. What is the phase shift? Of 2 units. So if we know the formula for cosine, we already have the phase shift of 2 units. So I already know that over here, my value C is actually -2. Now, to calculate D, we know that D is what? The displacement from here up. Now, if we notice, it should be at the origin, this line of symmetry that we see here for the wave. If you notice, it's displaced 6 units. So we have already found D. D equals 6. We have found 2 parts of our cosine wave, the model that they want. Now we have to find the amplitude. How do we find the amplitude? There are 2 ways. You can see it directly from the graph, but if you don't see it from the graph, the amplitude is determined by the maximum minus the minimum divided by 2. So it'll be 10 minus 2, which is 8, divided by 2 is 4. So I know that my amplitude is going to be 4. What do we have left? Find B. How do we find B? Well, we know that B, our period, is equal to 2 pi over absolute value of B. The period can be calculated from our graph again. This is why it's so important to graph, especially when they give us a table. Now, if we graph it, we can realize that the distance from crest to crest is 12 units. That's what makes our period. So then we would just solve for B. Remember the B, we put absolute value because it's always going to be positive in these cases. So what do we do? Well, if the period is 12, 12 is going to be B 2 pi. We solve, and then we have the B equals pi over 6. Once we have found B, we have completed our equation, so all we are left with is just to rewrite our equation. It's going to be what? F of x equals 4, which was our amplitude, cosine of pi over 6, x minus 2 plus 6. And that will be the answer that you're looking for in our question. Thank you.